live from Las Vegas at the GCA show.
After 2 years of hiatus, we're back in Vegas.
World's largest cardboard trade show booth. Live here in Martinsville, Indiana. Live from Norwood Royal Cigars.
When you guys said, we want you to come on the show once a month, I was like, dude, this is it.
Happy afternoon here from cloudy Florida.
Happy afternoon.
Happy afternoon.
Presented by Kristoff Cigars, along with Hiram Solomon Cigars, and coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Great Lakes Smoke Show. We have two wonderful, wonderful guests this evening that we can't wait to introduce you to. In the meantime, why don't we just introduce ourselves? I'm Ronnie Pecorini. Now there's my brother, Retired Bob.
How you doing, folks?
And the one and only, our cousin Frank, the Chooch Master himself. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to stay away from this humidity.
Well, you got down there. That's for sure. Thank God I'm able to do this in an inside air conditioning room here. So, yeah, sorry, you will suffer and I won't, but it's all good, guys. Hey, we had a great week here. A lot's going on. It's flying. It's flying. I mean, it just felt like we just did the show. And last week was a little rough for me. I did it off the phone and I was in a bad area. So I apologize for you listeners. I was coming in and out, so I didn't do too much talking. Frank and Bob had to carry the show on that one. But we're in studio. What's that?
But nobody cared.
Right? Well, I still had to apologize. What can I tell you? Now I feel like I'm back at home. I'm ready to go on. And we got a lot of people there. We got Chet King coming on, Bruce Bush, What's Happened, Knuckleheads. And we got a lot of people on. Thank you so much. First of all, please, for all you new listeners, and I'll be saying it during the course of the show, hit the share button. All right, let's hit the share button. If you have a watch party group, hit the watch party. Let's get your friends and families to turn on to this show because we have amazing guests, wonderful individuals, very well respected in the industry. And I was just with them. I had the pleasure of being with them at the BCA event in Martinsville, Indiana, and we had a wonderful time. So we got some really great people. Other than that, guys, a little bit of news we talked about earlier. We have a situation going on in Nicaragua, and that was kind of concerning to the cigar and coffee industry. But for us, more of the cigars, looks like our governments are not seeing eye to eye. So something to keep an eye on out there. Serious stuff talking about. And I don't know, Frank, Bob, what do you think, man? This doesn't really sound too good.
I mean,
no, it doesn't sound good. And if, like I said, I'm hesitant to make any kind of prediction on it because it's too soon to even guess what's going to happen. But the reality is it will affect importing of cigars from Nicaragua directly. Right. I don't know if you can go around it somehow, bring them in other ways. I do not know yet, but it could be a major catastrophe for us. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a major catastrophe for the cigar industry itself, and we have a lot of friends that have farms and does manufacturing with Nicaragua, and it's scary enough. I mean, Honduras, we already saw what happened there. So with the transition of the government there, and now
it hasn't been closed down. I mean, the cigars are still being made, and we're still getting leaf, but when we have governments that are actually fighting, that's a whole nother story.
Yep. Well, maybe our guests might have a little bit of information on it. They might want to talk about it. If not, hey, it is what it is. We'll continue to dig deep and bring you what we can report week to week in all our events. Hey, this week you guys got something going on Saturday. Well, what's going on?
Yeah, Saturday we're going to be live from Eola Park in downtown Orlando. So we're doing an event there. It'll be a boutique cigar, whiskey, wine, and music festival. So there'll be a bunch of different vendors there, live music, Bob and I'll be
tell you,
there.
if you throw drugs into the mix, it sounds like another Woodstock.
He's thinking 60s. I mean, Bob is thinking 60s. So I don't think it's going to be that way, guys. But
No, but
hey,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great. It's going to be a great time. So we're looking forward. So check us out. It's between 6 and 10 p.m. So check us out if you can come down. If you're local here in Orlando, stop on by. If not, hey, you have nothing to do Saturday night. Turn us on. You might learn something.
That's right. And if you're not, if you have friends and relatives who are not on Facebook, but they want to check out the show, let them know they can see us on YouTube and Twitch. It's free registration. Join us, and you can see all our events and shows. And hey, you can always catch us 24/7 on the reruns. So we've been around a while. So lots of shows, lots of people that you want to know about, and lots of companies that you've seen or want to know more. Take a look at our past. Anyway, with that, folks, I'd say, Frank, it's time to do our sponsors and then to our exciting two guests.
You got it, Ron.
All right.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. RnA Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we are back. Welcome, folks. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Please hit the share button. And although a lot of you guys have said share, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For the rest of you, please hit the share button. Let's get the word out on these two amazing people with an incredible line of cigars. Let's welcome them, the owners of Hiram Solomon Cigars. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? And thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
There, Ronnie, Frank, and Bob. Such a pleasure to see you tonight, to be with you.
I'm glad Jersey is treating you guys well for being exterior there wise. It's a little colder up there.
68 today. It's beautiful and it's raining, much needed rain.
Yeah,
so it's been raining the whole day, so perfect.
So where are you in New Jersey?
We're Central Jersey by Freehold Jackson.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. That's over by Six Flags, Jackson.
We're like 5 minutes from
5
there.
minutes.
Oh, okay. My cousin, they lived in Bricktown, so I'm very familiar with the area.
And we lived.
I grew up in New Jersey, so I know it well.
There you go. So,
Jersey boy.
Eddie, I know you by Eddie, but your real name, and mess me up if I'm wrong because I'm bad with names. Fouad?
Oh, no.
Try a little better.
Fouad. Fouad.
All right. And Romy, I got you, right? That's okay?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. So let's talk about the beginnings. How did this all start? The idea, and how did you get involved? Eddie, I know you're a Mason, like myself and my brother and Kyle. How did this all start? Before, after, during?
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
There you go. And then you were born. Adam and Eve. Here we go.
And then tobacco.
Well,
guys,
with the leaf, right? So we got that covered. All right. That's
yes. Definitely. I mean, it all started as a fundraising, and about 10 years ago, with the simple idea of creating a cigar that we can technically raise some money for scholarship in our own lodge, and from there, without planning of making cigars as a manufacturing cigars, beside the scholarship, it grew from 1,000 cigar to being in 700 lounges and over 30 countries.
Wow.
And we can proudly say, I mean, definitely we are the fastest growing boutique cigar in the world for the last 3-4 years in a row. And we were voted #1 boutique cigar by Cigar and Spirit last year, and we were very proud for that. As Masons, our core teaching is definitely charity, and that is how the company started, and this is how we continue. And we definitely proud to say that in our short existence, a little bit less than 8 years right now, we donated over $150,000 in money and cigars to different charities, which mostly Masonic charities like the Shriner Hospital, the Dyslexic Centers, Masonic lodges, but that it did not stop there. We had a big donation that went to the Coast Guard here in Cape May, New Jersey. And our definitely biggest charity that we are, I will not call it charity. Our pride right now, it's the Cigar for Warriors that we created a cigar for them, and we were the first company ever to approach them to put their logo on the cigar and called it Live to Serve, which perfectly fit the purpose of these veterans and these soldiers that they're serving overseas. And 100% of the proceed of that cigar, not part of the proceed like the rest of the charities, 100% of that proceed goes to Cigar for Warriors. They are not Masonic. There might be a lot of Masons, but a lot of brothers within the army, within the cigar, the warriors and the fighters. But definitely, it's not labeled as a Masonic. So even though we are Masonically team cigar, we reached to a point where we are for everyone. We are everyone's cigars, and we invite everybody to discover our secrets, as we call it. And in short, that's without boring many people, that's how we started, and that where we are right now. You want to add something?
No, well, the same as 65% of our friends, I call it, or people who smoke Hiram Solomon, they're not Masons. We have the big support of the Masons. That's amazing. The brotherhood and the way they support us. They go to lounges, even if they're not smokers, just to ask about our cigars. It gives us the feeling that we're doing something right somewhere. You know, we couldn't have lasted this long or survived with all the things that happened throughout these 8 years. We're here, and the main purpose or the target of this family is eventually to turn it into philanthropic or more philanthropy, more charities involved, once we start, of course, making money, because now everything we do is reproducing and producing.
Right.
Cigars.
Right.
The core idea is to get there. Both of us, we had our businesses before, but now we're literally so involved in this that it's like a baby we're nurturing and taking care of, just to get it to the point where it's so precious and so dear to our heart, the charity part.
Well,
Right.
you're doing the right thing.
Sorry, can you say that again?
You're definitely doing the right thing, because these cigars are wonderful.
They're excellent cigars. So anybody who purchases one, and what I love is they're themed, meaning that their names are themed, correct?
We're smoking the Architect tonight.
Yeah, we're smoking the Grand Architect, which is a fantastic smoke, by the way.
Yeah, they are themed. I mean, as far as their name, and with the name comes technically the blend that we use. It's to match the name of the cigar itself. I'll give you an example, like the Enter Apprentice, our first degree, is our mild cigar. The Fellow Craft is the medium cigar. The Master Mason is the full body cigar. The Grand Architect, we put some Corojo, we put some Lajeros in it to show some power, because the Grand Architect is the ultimate power. So it goes this way.
Maybe we should say why it's named under the degrees, because Enter the Apprentice is the first degree of
the Mason, and the second degree is Fellow Craft. The third degree is Master Mason. Yes.
Well, it's
the
the
Shrine
journey you guys are taking with your cigars. You're starting from the beginning, and you're, let's say, walking up the stairs as you go.
Yes, and that our original line, when we first started, our original line were the Enter Apprentice, the Fellow Craft, the Master Mason, mild, medium, full body, and from there we start adding to it the Traveling Man, which is another name for Masons. I mean, I know you guys know, but whomever doesn't know, that's another name.
Teach.
Yep, we are.
Yeah, we get asked a lot about
the Traveling Man, and in the Traveling Man in particular, we made sure to have blend from 4 different countries, technically to say the Traveling Man from all 4 corners of the universe. So we made sure there is 4 different countries in that tobacco. The Shriner, with their charity that they do, which touches every person in this whole universe and this whole planet. We put over 6 different regions tobacco in it to say that Shriner are universal and it's for everybody, and we don't discriminate whether you are a Mason or you're not Mason when it comes to treat you and bring your family and take care of you and send you back. And not many people know Shriner do over $3 million a day in charity, a day.
Wow.
They don't advertise it.
Nope.
I'm proud to say it here. And it's all free for whomever cannot afford. Whomever can afford, that they'll happily take the money. But whomever cannot afford, and those Shriner Hospital treated kids from all over the world, all over the world.
And we are all over the world.
Yes.
As Masons, we are all over the world. So people don't understand how much we give to help and not take a penny from a family that's hurting. And I think if people understood that more, I think they would open up their wallets to say and help, because the cost of medicine is out of control. But by what you guys are doing with the smokes and your donations, love you, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It makes us feel good, definitely. As I said, it's part of our teaching as Masons, but part as a human also. That doesn't have to be a Mason. We're all human here. We all have to give each other. We're all here to help. And hopefully with our small venture that we're doing, with our small contribution, it will be a lesson for everybody to learn and do their part in this world.
Every little help.
And if everybody does their own charity, whether help a neighbor getting into the car or something, this world will be a much better place to live, for all to live.
We need very much. Everybody in the world needs some kind of charity or some kind of help. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Every little helps. Trust me. We get emails from every corner of the world for some fundraising or whatever we can participate. As little as could be 1 box to raffle for their for the person who needs it, or for the, some people, they do an event to help a family out there. We try as much as we can. Trust me, we do a lot. We don't publish it all the time. I don't, but I mean, maybe it's good to publish it because it helps others to see that every little helps. I said, I've repeated it so often now. Tiny little things, tiny little participation, contributions can do a big difference.
Absolutely. You guys are like leaders for a lot of people in the industry to give back. Unfortunately, too many people take. They don't give. You guys are the example of givers, and karma comes back one way or another. And
we give cigars, Ronnie, and we do give ourselves, which is pretty much the main thing that drains our energy positively, may I say. We travel for most of the events that could make a difference with our participation there, with our presence there. We were surprised that one of our boxes was recently raffled for how much was it?
1,200.
For 1,200, which is a $20 box that we donated. 1,200. That donation was for us. It was $200 box, but 1,200 was cashed for for their event that night. And we were so happy. We were so proud.
Wonderful.
That is fantastic. I have a question for you, Romy. When did you start smoking cigars? Now, so how did that happen?
Well, it goes back to not my childhood. I wasn't a smoker child, but my father, he was a Mason. I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. I'm Armenian, and my father in Lebanon was a Mason, where the Masons in that country was completely a secret society, may I say. But, it's not like in the United States, everybody's openly Mason. But being a Mason and having all those Masons around my family, they were all cigar smokers. My favorite perfume or a smell of childhood, like everybody remembers something, a garden or a flower or something. Mine was the tobacco. Mine was the cigar box itself. And it was amazing that in 1997 I traveled to Cuba. I was here in the United States for work, and then after that I was somewhere in the Caribbean. So I ended up in Cuba, and my first smoke, it was 1997. I was 26-year-old, and you know that thing that enlightens or something brings back the whole childhood memories. I was in love. I've never smoked cigarettes in my life, but that first cigar was going back to the 1975, 6. You know, as young as a kid can smell that box and go, I love this smell.
Right.
Lots of memories.
I come from a totally different background, so I was just a smoker and appreciate all the Cuban blends. I lived in London for quite some time in my life, for over 20 years. So in the UK, there was no such thing as non-Cuban cigars until recently. It was mainly Cuban, and anything non-Cuban was only accepted if it was Davidoff, because it was an expensive cigar, and that made it acceptable in the way of like quality. Otherwise, any other cigar 10 years ago was a gas station cigar for the UK.
Wow.
Recently, like I said. But then I met Fouad accidentally, through friends on Instagram, cigar smoker. I was working in a different industry. I was a financial consultant, and I was getting bored. You know, when you've worked quite long enough in something, and then you wanted to switch to something else, and karma was playing a great role. I was just observing some cigar bloggers or cigar people posting on Instagram. One thing led to another. I met Fouad, and now we're married because of the cigar.
Pretty awesome, huh? The leaf brought in the connection. So you use people from your cigars as the ring?
Yeah, we met on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
I always have 2 rings. So I have this.
Nice.
That's the cigar. And then you have the mystery Kashouty ring.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Eddie, how about you? When did you fall in love with the cigar itself?
I was 18, so I would say that was about 41 years ago when I graduated high school. My uncle just handed me a cigar. He said, "Time for you to become a man now." Those are his exact words. And I remember being, like at 41 years ago in Lebanon also, that was a Romeo Juliet in a tube. And that was my first cigar. And my first love with the cigar started from there, actually. And graduated from there. And we both have any background of tobacco or smoke. Tobacco experience, or we don't have fathers or grandfathers in the industry. We don't have 150 years of generations in the industry, but here we are. And
we learned from them.
We definitely learned, observed. We made our mistakes, and we're here. We're continuing, and I hope a lot of people learn that even if you don't have a background or you don't have stuff, if you have a passion for it, you have enough. You have a good plan. Put it to work, and it will happen.
How long did it take you to actually develop these cigars?
The cigar itself.
Your first blends.
Your first blend.
The first blend took us about 4 months. 4 months going back and forth. We first started in Dominican Republic, and we just requested the 4 or 5 blends. And again, there's no idea of creating a company here. It is just creating a cigar for the charity. 6 months into it, this is where
the first
the Anti-Apprentice Developer Master Mason, where other lodges heard about the program I'm doing in the lodge. They start calling me and asking me if I can do the same program for them. And 6 months into it, the first cigar lounge called. The owner of the cigar lounge was a brother, and he called. He said, "There's some people asking about the cigar, and can you bring us some?" And this is where the idea started, and we started developing it as now being as a company, keeping the same principles that we started with as a charity, and the development started from there. And again, from Dominican, we moved to Plasencia, to Nicaragua, and now we're back to Dominican. So that's technically in short, but we started as a hobby, to a part-time job, to full-time job, to double full-time job, taking our life.
24/7 it's ending up for you two guys.
Yeah.
So I got something here for my listeners. I'm going to read a couple of things from you. Okay, I'll go to one before that, but go with Tim. Yeah.
What would be your best advice that you could give to a fledgling brand, a new brand?
Be consistent, learn from other people's mistake, listen, and listen, take advice, ask questions, and put your pride on the side.
I always say everyone's mistake is like an addition to you, whether you know about it or you don't know, but just put them in the perspective that person's mistake, I have to learn from it. If he's talking about it, it's not for you to judge or to say, "Oh, look at that," or shame that person. On the contrary, it's good to learn from other people's experience, from everything. That's amazing how much we learn.
Right.
Listening to other people's journey. It's a whole journey. It's a rocky journey. It can be as smooth as it can, and then boom, you're down in the valley, and then go up. It takes a lot of passion, a lot of patience.
Absolutely. If you don't have the guts for it, you don't know how many nights that when we wake up and we're ready to give up on what we're doing, the anxiety, the frustration, it's nonstop. But we wake up in the morning, and the first thing we get a message from somebody saying, "Thank you for this. Thank you for the cigar that reminded me of my degree, or reminded me of my father, or reminded me of grandfather." This is where you say, "I'm keep on going. I'm continuing." So consistency, bring a good product, learn from other people's mistakes. Don't be ashamed of asking a question, no matter how smart you are. There's always somebody smarter in there, or somebody else who made the same mistake in there. Ask questions.
And never put the target to be only financially lucrative.
Right.
It's a lose
It's a losing proposition if that's all it's going to be about.
Yes.
Well, you got to have the capital, one, and you got to believe in yourself, and yes, consistency, and you got to stay with it. It's a 24/7 business.
Long term. It's a government bond, I call it. It's a long term maturity. It doesn't. You don't cook cigars in a pressure cooker. It's a long journey, and you have to be very patient and consistent.
No question about it. I got a little tidbit here by Gabby. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's a little fun fact. Did you all know the president of the Dominican Republic is of Lebanese descent? His grandfather moved to the DR in 1898. That's a story that a lot of people would not even think of or consider, and then
there is a lot of community, Lebanese community or Middle Eastern community in Dominican and Nicaragua. I mean, in Honduras, even the Plasencia family, I think their origin is from Palestine themselves. So AJ Fernandez also same thing. So there's a lot of people who came that, and yes, the president of is from Lebanese descent. And another fun fact about Dominican, when we went and visit Dominican Republic about 4 months ago, they wanted to introduce us to a food called kibbe as being the Dominican Republic food main dish, and kibbe is come from Lebanon.
Fooling the people down there, yeah.
So it's like, oh, we're gonna give you some kibbe. Kibbe. What do you mean?
They call it
kibbe or something.
I was expecting anything but the kibbe we know, which is stuffed meatballs. And that was so surprising, pleasant surprise. So, and they did it so well. So, yeah.
What exactly is that? What is that dish?
It's wheat mixed with it's not ground beef. It's made with paste beef, like
tartar meat mixed with the cracked wheat and onion and spices.
And you stuff it with the minced meat and onion, and then you fry it or you grill it. So it's like a conic shape of a ball, and then inside it's stuffed. So you just divide it into two and eat it as a whole. It's usually small sizes. It's delicious.
Sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
It is delicious.
We have one listener who said that they're in Canada. Is there any way that they can get your cigars in Canada at all? They came across while they were in vacation in Florida. Okay, you got it right there, Frank.
Yeah. Sorry
come to America.
Well, they're coming in March.
There you go.
But I wonder, is there any way for someone in Canada to get your cigars?
Canadian Crafts. They're going to be they are our distributors. They're waiting for us to send the cigars. Everything was a little late or a little slow.
The registrations and stuff,
and all that. But very soon, I guess, before even 2023, hopefully, I'm crossing fingers.
There is a lot at this moment. There is a lot of website that they do ship to Canada, so they can use that, and definitely. But very soon. And if it wasn't for COVID, the cigars would have been there by now.
Already,
but because of COVID and the registration, the time that takes, and the registration in Canada and the regulation are sort of, I'm sure you guys know, there's no more of
the ban was a big issue. So we had to wait for the new cigars.
It has to be.
So we can send them the cigars without the label, the ban itself. So, like I said, anytime before 2023, hopefully.
We should be in Canada. Yep.
Good.
Nice. Well, that's a great distribution area because Canadians like their smokes. That's for sure.
They do.
When you go to upstate New York, you can see how big is their presence. When we go to any cigar lounge, probably more than 60-70% of visitors there are Canadians. They just cross the border and come with friends, enjoy it, buy their cigars, and giving him ideas just in case.
So we have a question. Will you be going to Intertabac this year, Germany?
We did reserve our hotel. We did reserve our airplane ticket, but because we moved all our distribution to Dominican right now, and we are consolidating all our warehouses in one in Pennsylvania, so we decided to skip it this year, even though our presence there is much needed. but we're gonna skip it, and but that will be the
we
first
have
year
our
skipping it.
distributor will be there, and they will be promoting our cigars, and that's going to be for Germany, of course.
Yes.
Pretty much we're
Yeah.
in
We
Europe.
we just signed the biggest German distributor about at the PCA,
Awesome.
and so soon they're going to be distributing in all Germany also.
I understand the BCA is also going to have a pavilion or try to get a pavilion there.
All
the BCA members, which is going to be amazing. It's the beginning of the BCA making a name for themselves, along with going in the PCA. There will be another pavilion which you guys will be taking part of, and so will we. We'll be there doing the shows and live and talking to everybody. So that is exciting for you guys, and just the whole thing of growth, new warehouses, distribution. I mean, that's a nice signing in Germany. There's a lot going on there, and I believe her name was Carmen, I believe.
Carmen, Carmen,
yeah.
Intertabac.
She was there, and she was super excited for what she saw when we were at Martinsville, and she is looking forward to having a lot of our BCA members over there. And I know Ryan Pravada from PCA, boy, did he bring back some good info to Washington, D.C. And, I know him and Gabby and Armin have been talking tremendously about helping the BCA, which you guys are a big part of. And I know you're part of the PCA too, the whole thing, but there's a lot of growth, and you guys are just right now, and you're on the cusp of it, man. You're ready to take off. You really are. It's so exciting. And I know Bob and Frank were talking about your smokes earlier, and they're fantastic smokes. I mean, they really are. You did a great job, guys. You're doing it well. How did you, since you're kind of, let's say, new, come up with the blends yourself?
How do you so it's like a brainstorming thing. We think about the name before everything, before anything actually. Sometimes the name creates the blend itself, and sometimes it's the other way around. It's just the blend that creates the name. They come in pair. When you are thinking about the name, you want to think about the strength of the cigar, the volume, the body, and eventually it grows from that point. We listen a lot to the blenders. We listen a lot to the factory owners. They are, at the end of the day, they are like the maestro. We are some musicians in their group. Like I always call that. It's a whole harmony. It's a symphony of things happening. You don't want to go against their belief, because at the end of the day, they are the expert. We always submit our wish or our ideas or what we want, when we elaborate from that point on. The last cigars you're smoking here, like Fouad is smoking.
I'm smoking a new one that's on a trial right now. It's
yeah. So I can divulge them. Maybe I can.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, it's just an exclusive. It's an exclusive.
This is the first time it will be announced, actually. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It's the Ashlar, the perfect Ashlar. The Masons will know what the Ashlar is. And this is a hybrid Connecticut. When we went to the factory the first time, the PDR factory, Abe Flores introduced us to this tobacco, to this leaf. He rolled one for us, and we were looking at it. Is it real? Is it really a cigar, or is it just a chocolate stick?
I thought it was a chocolate first.
It's so perfectly polished, and it's a hybrid Connecticut. And myself, I don't like Connecticut, so I was, I'm not even going to try it. It's good for other people. I don't like Connecticut. And he insisted. And it's a love affair. It's like love at first sight, a love at first puff. Great smoke.
Yeah, Bob doesn't like Connecticut too, but he's slowly catching on. There's a lot of different Connecticut's out there.
I know.
Our grandfather's Connecticut.
So many of them. It's a palate thing. It just clashes with my palate. And this one in particular has complete blend that will take you to another journey with the Connecticut. I was so impressed. So the name actually came, funny enough, I was asking Fouad, what's the Ashlar? I read a lot about Masons, and every time I want to bring him a gift, it goes always around Masonic kind of objects or materials. So he was explaining to me what's the ashlar and what it meant really for the Masons. And the ashlar, for those who are listening, is a rough rock or rough rock, right? It is. And the more you polish it, the more you work it, it becomes a perfect ashlar. So the name, eventually, when I saw the cigar, I go like, I know we're gonna name the cigar. It's gonna be the ashlar. There we go from that.
So you're the one who named it. You gave the name.
Yeah, I mean, the new ones, believe it or not, like we have one called the Kuramus. Actually, it was designed for the Grand Master of New Jersey, the sitting Grand Master of New Jersey right now. His motto for the year was "We care for each other," and Romy actually went and kept on looking, kept on researching until she found that the word Kuramus in Latin means we care for each other. It's from the word cura, to cure, to heal, to help. Yeah. So that's where the name was chosen for that cigar. And we chose it to be in Pennsylvania broadleaf, a strong one, because our charity has to be strong as we are. So that's how we choose our blends.
We donated the first $10,000 for the charity that was chosen by the Grand Master at the Choice of Dyslexic Center, and the next one hopefully soon. We constantly...
In end of October we'll be in North Carolina. We'll be presenting the Grand Master of North Carolina for his own cigar that's called the Revival, and that name came actually from reviving after the one she's smoking right now, after the COVID that we need to revive.
Nice. Oh, look
beautiful.
Yeah,
very nice.
We will be presenting the Grand Master with the $10,000 check also, and right after that, 2 weeks after that, we will be in Georgia Grand Lodge. We'll be presenting also the Grand Master his own cigar called the Chabal. Chabal means a cord, 3 cord tied together, which means we have to be all tied together to be stronger. Our past, present, future. We all learn from those 3 to plan for the future. So we will be presenting him with another $10,000 check for his own charity also.
That's wonderful.
You guys are amazing. You really are, man.
That is amazing. That truly is. I like the fact that of the cord, the 3 cords wrapped together. What a beautiful description of that. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, as we say in the Mason, 1 cord is easily broken, 2 is strong, but 3 it's never broken.
The bond is always
there. The bond is always there, brother Ronnie. You know that.
Absolutely. Yes. Maybe my cousin might become one someday. Well, hopefully I get him there. I have to leave Bob to get him to do that.
In all our cigars, there is a thing says over there, to be one, ask one. So
yeah. So Frank,
all I have to do is look over to him.
That's it. But people unfortunately don't understand Masons. There's a lot of heat out there and misunderstanding about what we do. And again, the media doesn't help with the negativity. But if people only understood on what we do and why we do it, we're very community oriented. We want to always help. And you guys with all these donations, my God, you're amazing. Both of you. You really are making a difference. And as you
we're trying, that's all we can say. We're trying.
And I know you're succeeding. Believe me, you're succeeding. And I hope so many other people will do what you are doing. I know we have some manufacturers and owners on here, or people that are in the industry. If you're listening, please take note of what they are saying. Because, again, this world, too many people take, and they don't give back. You guys are the prime examples of giving back. And I'm so proud to know you. I'm proud to be a brother with you, Eddie. It's amazing. It really is.
Thank you. We're very humbled by that. Very humbled. Thank you so much.
No question about it. Before we continue, we're going to go to our sponsors, guys. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about the future. And you already named a couple other things, but I also know there's something new that you just put out. I was with you in the PCA, and we want to talk about that. All right?
Sure.
All right, Frank, let's bring our sponsors in. And folks, hit the share button. Please share this. Everybody needs to understand what these two are doing, and you got to do it too. Take it away, Frank.
Our G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind.
You got the one-of-a-kind rankings. They got me at 89. I'm cool with that.
We are focused on evolving as a dynamic brand and bringing you new flavor-filled blends that you'll enjoy and want to share. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
And we're back. All right, folks, please hit the share button. We have so much more to go. And the I guess the conversations we're having with these two amazing people is it's hit my heart, that's for sure. And I have a little more
we were reading some of the comments. We're really overwhelmed by the beautiful words from everyone there. Thank you so much, everyone. Really overwhelmed by that.
That you came on and we're getting you guys out there, because that's part of what we do here in the show. We promote and get you out there. And I mean, anyone who's listened so far, they had to be knocked over. I mean, what you guys are doing is amazing. I mean, Frank and Bob, I think they can attest to it. The passion and what you're doing in this industry and the give back is like second to none.
Yeah, your commitment to this is truly spectacular. That would be the level I would put it at. It's above and beyond anything that I've ever heard of in this industry, because yes, there are people who are doing things and I credit them, but you are truly at the next level of giving back, and you can see it. The passion is there, but you can see how happy both of you are doing this.
I just asked a kiss from my wife. She said, no, I will not do it publicly.
Anyway, it's all right, Romy. You guys are meant for each other, no question about it. And the roller coaster ride that all married couples go through, it is what it is. It's a journey, all right? It's a journey, and you guys certainly have a wonderful journey ahead of you, and you're leading the pack. Like Frank said, yeah, you guys, I don't think I had anybody who's given the way you guys are giving. And
Ronnie,
I never heard of
there's
it.
a lot of people give. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the industry.
There is,
They
absolutely.
give, according to our size, we're doing great, I believe. But there's a lot of people there, and I applaud each one of them.
Yes,
Each one of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
No question about it.
I just saw the ad for Karen. Karen is also one of those very devoted ladies.
yes.
Not because she's a lady. We're not going to be sexist here. But what she's done and what she's doing is a great job. I just like to highlight on that point. And
No, we know Karen. We know Karen well. We know her history and the passing, unfortunately, of Don Kiki 4 or 5 years ago. We have her
legacy alive, and her legacy will be something to be remembered for the future generations in the cigar and on the human level, on the humane approach of life. And kudos to Karen. Just wanted to.
No, absolutely. And her general manager, Bruce, he's there. And, so much has happened over the last year with her also when Bruce jumped on. And we couldn't be happier for her because she, like you said, she's a wonderful woman, big heart. And, she is growing her K line also. And it's a wonderful, wonderful line, right, guys?
Yeah, Bruce actually introduced me to the K line when we were in Indiana, in Martinsville, and he handed me the cigar. We just loved it, and I texted her back, and I told her, "Great job, great job," and more to come, and more to come for all of us. Everyone has something to give, and it's such a beautiful feeling when you're presenting your new cigar or representing a certain ideology or a passion. To each his own way of giving to all the people around, to the family. It's at the end the big cigar family.
It is. It's a wonderful industry. I mean, Frank, Bob, Kyle, myself, in the last 4 years when we started this show, we've met so many people, and you guys are just wonderful. I mean, I've fallen in love with it, not only as a consumer, but now getting involved with the show and meeting so many of you. And it's become a passion for us. I mean, we absolutely love doing this. We love bringing our audience to meet new people each and every single week and doing events. You kind of get sucked in because the passion and the people, they're just wonderful. It's a wonderful.
You just said that you get sucked in, definitely. Yeah, you just said that. Yes,
it's the camaraderie. I think that's the thing about cigar smoking in lounges, or whether you're home with family and friends. You create a bond that is never adversarial. It's always helpful, and you want to be able to solve problems, not make them. So that's the key, I think. And
it's weird what kind the devotion that people have for the cigars, whether they're makers or smokers. You just mentioned Gabby a while ago when he texted and he's here. Look at Gabby. He's so passionate. He's so devoted. He wants this to survive, to happen, to help all the boutique cigars. What he's doing is a great load of work, of disappointments, of victory. Hopefully, we're all going to get to that point. But Gabby, again, big honor to have you in our circle, in our life, to have you representing the boutique cigars in such a great way. Again, thank you.
Well, he's a great leader, no question about it. And you said it, Romy, the passion that man has, and he's so humble. Yes, he is humble, and he too is a big giver. I mean,
and
again,
something that really always I repeated: cigar is one of those elements or one of those subjects that wherever you are, whether it's a lady or a gentleman, when you're sitting in a place, you can always turn around and go ask your person who is there. You never met that person. What are you smoking? And he will definitely go into engage in a conversation imagine yourself sitting in any restaurant or a bar and asking the other person, what are you eating or what are you drinking? That person will definitely feel like, what are you asking? I mean, why do you care? And that's not, it's not a good line, you know, to start a conversation with someone who's drinking. But the cigar is in particular that really the ice is broken. You know, you just ask the other person, and he will go or she will go on and on explaining, and most of the time exchanging. Like, oh, I wanted to try this cigar. Oh, let me bring my cigar. It's an amazing also.
Definitely, there is that bond with cigar smokers that only cigar smoker will understand, that bond that ties two people or group of people that they don't know each other in any from nowhere, and all of a sudden they become best friends, and all of a sudden they're exchanging cigar, exchanging life stories, exchanging all that stuff. I don't think that happens in any industry in any way or shape. Same thing with the bond with the masonry. Definitely, that only a mason will understand that bond. And hopefully, with the creation of the Hiram and Solomon cigars, we were able to, as I always say, we did not create masonry, we did not invent cigar, but we definitely mastered combining both of them together.
Right.
You did a good job with that.
Yes, absolutely.
Did. And talking a little bit more about masonry and cigars, you guys just came out with a new line called the Prince Hall.
Oh, it's actually the treaty.
No, Prince Hall, that was done actually by David Blanco.
I'm sorry, what is yours?
It's the treaty.
The treaty.
The treaty. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that.
The treaty cigar by itself, it's a historic moment that once in a lifetime that will never, ever happen again. It's the recognition of the Grand Lodge of Georgia with the Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Georgia that recognize each other finally after all these years, and on April 9, 2022. And we were commissioned to do something special for that event. And as Grandmaster, Prince Hall Grandmaster puts it in his own, and it's on the YouTube also, that in history, the two seals existed, but this is the first time in history that both seals were put together, combined as one seal on a cigar, to be there for all the people to see that we are one unity. I don't care your Prince Hall, I don't care your regular lodge. We are one Masons. And again, we did not plan it to be that way, but it happened that way, and we're proud to hear that from the Grandmaster himself.
Yeah, that's a pretty special moment for sure.
Yes.
Well, you certainly are making headways with all the Grandmasters around the country.
Absolutely. And we're getting more and more now recognized, and a lot of Grandmasters, a lot of incoming Grandmasters are calling us right now to have their own cigar. They start recognizing it as an official Masonic cigar for all their events or their charity, and they're seeing it as one of their biggest producer for their own charities, and with people being happy to donate or buying a cigar, and the money is going to the charity. So we're happy with that.
Yeah, well, you're the Grandmaster of the cigars, then.
That's right. You become...
that's a good one. Grandmaster, Grand Matron.
Right, exactly. So now, with the treaty, can you tell us a little bit about the blend and how you came up with the blend for that cigar and why?
It's supposed to be undisclosed.
The boss Grandmaster, the blend is undisclosed, but it's a Royal Corojo as a wrapper, and they specifically asked not to disclose the blend.
Okay, right. You can just tell us. Nobody else is listening.
No other Mason in the whole world, at least in the country, are on right now.
We don't want secret sauce, but we know now the wrapper. That's good. And
is it? It has to stay enigmatic. It brings more passion, more dream to it, and that was a dream come true for the Prince Halls and the Grand Lodges of Lodge of Georgia, and for us too. It's an honor. That day was really a historic day, and we witnessed that thing, and we can say in the future to our grandchildren, hopefully, that we made that day. Things don't happen. Things always happen for a reason, and when they approach us. But that thing happened in a glimpse of time. It was amazing.
The funny part, they called us in March, mid-March. The Grand Secretary of Georgia called me, and he said, "This is what's happening in April, and we need to create a cigar." I said, "Okay, fine. We have about a year to create that." He said, "No.
It's March this year.
It's April this year. Less than 3 weeks technically." So we had to eliminate one of our lines that we had originally for another line, for another cigar, and we were lucky to find an art designer in Dominican on Friday night that worked on Saturday and Sunday to create the artwork, and we were able also to push the box factory to create the band and the box in less than a week. Period.
We went there with
Wow.
Yeah, they created 20 boxes and they sent that to us. They said, "It's impossible. We're not going to be able to make 500 boxes that you request." I said, "Send me whatever you make." And they sent me 20 boxes, and we took those 20 boxes, and there were about 1,500 Masons there from both sides, and both Grandmaster did not know about this, and they were surprised when they called me to the stage, and even the governor of Georgia was there.
Wow.
And when I presented it, I mean, they were both in shock. They didn't know what to say, and the overwhelming welcome that we were faced with right after that, it was unbelievable.
Congratulations. That's amazing. Unbelievable task.
What an honor.
Masons can do anything they want when they put their mind to it, and you guys made it happen. And I guess you got 1,500 boxes on order now, so everybody gets one, and then the rest of us will all pick one up. That's an amazing story.
It's amazing how people are looking forward to try that cigar in particular, because it created a whole. It's like a start of a saga. You know, it was a big start, and everybody was talking about it, and from different states. That's even better. It wasn't just Georgia or Oriente. It was coming from all different states. When can we get that cigar?
Wow.
And some of them, they were so patiently waiting, and once we had the whole I mean, we're already sold out. You know, we are doing the new batch of the treaty.
That's amazing. Well, like Kathy Paterni says, talking about pressure, I mean, I can imagine the pressure you guys had that weekend to make it happen, and yet you made it happen. So
we made it happen. Yes,
to both of you guys, and you know, you fulfilled a Mason's request, which is one of the best things you can do as a Mason.
Absolutely.
And I know from that, obviously, you're going to have more and more orders. And Romy, like you said, there's a lot of people waiting to try that out, and you know, there's only about another 48 or 47 more states to take care of. So you know,
we're getting there. We got a lot of requests now for many Grand Lodges to create their own cigars. So we're working on Pennsylvania, Arkansas, Kansas, Florida. They're all coming on board right now.
Wow. That's fantastic.
It really is, guys. I mean, that's just mind blowing that you did it. I mean, it really is. You know, and the one thing, you know, we talk about the BCA where Bruce gave you a cigar from Karen and all. We have one guy on here, Ken Dorbacker from the Chief
Cigar. Wonderful, outstanding man.
One thing about Ken, and I got to always throw kudos to him, that man will always smoke and promote the hell out of all the BCA guys, no matter what. He's always smoking someone else's cigars. You know, he's humble in his way, but he's always pushing, always helping the other members of the association. Ken, if you're listening, I know you are, man. Kudos to you and everything that you do to help all the other BCA members grow. And we're so proud to be your friend.
He definitely deserves a round of applause. Definitely. He is an upstanding man.
A gentleman. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, he is a gentleman, for sure. Before we're going to go to another break here, guys. Folks, please hit the share button because we still have a lot more to go. And when we come back, we're going to prepare for the segment that everybody waits for, called Smoke the Chooch. And our fantastic prize this evening is going to be a 5-pack cigars that we're going to be giving away, and we'll let them decide or tell you which cigars are going to be part of it. So hang in there, folks. You're going to get a chance to win amazing batch of cigars. Frank, take it away.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of belief, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines: the Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda 2-way humidification.
It all begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars, designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we are back, folks.
Absolutely. Oh gosh. Oh man, there's so much going on here. You guys have really given a wonderful story of the history of your beginnings and everything that you were doing. And just reading myself on the side, I think you've gained some future customers here. Like a lot of people were really not aware of your line, and I think they now want to smoke your line, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, Bob and
I
listen, we both smoke in the Grand Architect, and this is how you know you have a quality cigar. When you do this and you get down to the nub, it doesn't burn hot. The construction is beautiful. I never had to relight the cigar. The flavor profile is exquisite, and that's how you know this isn't just about, you know, a brand that's only been around for 8 years. This is about quality in every stick that you guys produce, and we're grateful that you are sponsors here and that you had enough faith in us. But again, guys, this is a great cigar.
It's fabulous. Absolutely
It's
fabulous.
a favor as well, so it's not a favor we're doing.
Well, no, I mean, thank you for becoming sponsors and believing in us. I mean, you know, I know we talked about it, and you guys, without question, hey, what can I do for you? And you did. You came through, and folks, we smoke quite a bit. I do more because I there's a local lounge that carry you guys, so a lot of Masons hang out there too. So and everybody smokes your cigars because we support each other. But what events are you guys going to be around, so you can let the audience know that maybe they can come visit you? Whoever's listening would love to probably stop by and introduce themselves and meet you guys.
we're sponsoring Atlanta Cigar Week, but we're not going to be there personally. Our brand ambassador is going to be there, and
she's sponsoring also.
she's one of the sponsor, Blue Smoke. Yep, she's our brand ambassador in Georgia. Great lady. And we have many events coming up. Nothing on top of my head right now, but many events.
North Carolina.
We're going to be in
Georgia.
Pennsylvania in September 22nd, and no, for the district deputy. Yes, and then we're gonna do another event in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Also, we have another one coming in New York. We will be posting it on our website.
On our Instagram.
What is your website so people who want to follow you or get involved, that if they can't get it, they're local, how can they get in touch with you guys?
Hiram Solomon Cigars.com, and my cell phone number happened to be on the website. They can get in touch with us. They can email us. They can look at the events. They can
follow us on our
and look at all the blends, look at the cigars, look at the history, and everything is in there.
We got Larry Frank wants to know when in North Carolina and where.
North Carolina, we should be planning some stuff coming there soon. We are going actually on October 29, 30, and 31st. We're going to be in North Carolina at the Grand Lodge. And
we'll be visiting some lodges.
Hopefully we'll be at the Gold Leaf Cigar Lounge.
Gotcha.
The owner is a brother also, Larry.
Is that in Charlotte, Raleigh?
Yes, yep.
Charlotte. Yeah, that's what I thought. The Gold Leaf is in Charlotte.
Yeah, this is where we did we introduced the Revival cigar, and the first night we did an event there. We sold 150 boxes that night.
Wow.
Just at the launch of the cigar. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we have our faithful Earthling listener, Bruce Stark, already put up the website for you guys.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you.
With you guys at the BCA, and he was so excited about meeting you guys, and he's smoking all the time, and he's a big supporter of our show, but he's also a big supporter of all our guests all the time. He always seems to be ordering cigars or items of our guests, but he also throws in the information. He loves to get it out there. He's a wonderful individual. We really appreciate it. And Kathy said, "We're in New York," and Ken said, "I'll see you in New York."
In New York, it's going to be at Cigar World in New York, and that's going to be in what time is Jennifer coming?
18th of November.
18
Long Island.
18th of November. Cigar Superstore.
Long Island. Okay.
Oh, is that Valley Stream, Frank? Is that where you went? Was that Valley Stream?
It might
be. It is Valley Stream. The owner's name Raj, and his sister Hina owns a store in North Jersey, in Paramus.
Oh, Paramus too. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, Ken said yes. All right, so he's right with you. Awesome, fantastic. Anything else that you guys want to promote for yourselves or tell our audience more about?
We just invite everyone to discover, as we call it, our secrets, to discover the cigars. If your local lounges does not carry the cigar, please ask the owner, and they do listen to their customers. Right. And I ask every smoker to support their own brick and mortar cigar lounges. Right. Go there, smoke, buy, and support the small businesses. That's the best thing that I can ask right now.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And smoke with passion and enjoy it peacefully. That's it.
Absolutely. The smoke does give you a relaxing, passionate feeling anyway. No question about it. It's what Bob and Frank and I always seem to be doing anyway. we enjoy it. I mean, that's a daily routine for sure.
That's what we do.
2, 3, 4 times a day. Yeah.
Well, Bob's retired, so he can do that.
Right.
Can we talk about what that 5-pack might be, so people might know what they could be winning tonight?
Yes, we're going to be presenting some sampler pack, which is going to have one of each of our new line. One of them is going to be the treaty, Chabal, the Chabal, Revival, Karamus, sublime price.
Awesome.
Nice
Wow.
pack.
What a
Wow.
package.
Wow.
Wow.
That is awesome. Folks, you heard it right here, man. This is your chance to win. So we're now going to go to Frank's beautiful segment that makes us all look like chooches because he loves to make us look like a chooch.
Yeah.
This is the first. This is the first time we put the treaty in a sampler pack to anyone. We do not.
Oh, see that? So there you go. First time, folks. This will be a very special cigar.
I think Bruce has already got Alexa on hold.
Trying to figure out the answer to this one. Absolutely. So
Bruce is ready. Kathy's ready. Ken's ready. I mean, everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready.
We are ready.
All right.
So now this part of the show, I keep it open to everyone who's here except me. So you can feel free to answer. I love history, and it's great because there's a lot of history with Masons. So I like to bring in history, and this is a way for me to kind of ask questions of everybody. And please feel free to answer. If you know the answer, answer. Just say it. It's
for
okay.
4 of us right now, and then the audience
for you guys.
But Frank will have the big question, and they'll be ready to go.
Exactly. And this segment is brought to you by, first of all, by my very special friend.
Somewhere, everywhere. What can I tell you?
So on this date in history in 1915, so, Bob was probably about 35 years old in 1915. So he might have an edge on everybody.
That's why he lost all the hair.
That's right. The first tank sponsored by the First Lord of the Admiralty was produced, named Little Willie, in a factory in England before the end of World War I. And the British were using them to fight the Germans. Who was the Lord of Admiralty, the First Lord of Admiralty?
Lord Willie, of course.
Lord Willie. Well, as you know, he's not afraid to answer. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It was actually Winston Churchill.
Really?
So, yes, Winston Churchill.
Wow.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So on this day in history, something happened, and it wasn't pleasant, and it wasn't good.
D-Day?
No, well, yeah. It actually, a president was shot fatally wounded in Buffalo, New York, by an anarchist named Leon. I can't even pronounce his last name. I won't even try it. But who was the president who was shot?
In Wilson?
Buffalo, New York.
In Buffalo, New York.
Was it Wilson?
In 1901. Nope, it wasn't Wilson. 1901. See, he didn't listen. He didn't listen in history class. That's why he didn't get there.
What can I tell you?
It was actually President McKinley.
McKinley.
Bruce answered that.
I know. Bruce is good. He's ready. Bruce is ready. Make no mistake. Bruce wants that 5-pack in the worst way.
He's just warming up.
Yeah, no, I know.
Fingers going.
All right, this is a good one. On September 6th in 1967, in Sweden, this is very interesting. They changed something with the driving in Sweden that really they were afraid to do, but they did it, and it actually helped. They thought that it could hurt having more accidents, but during that weekend, when they changed the law for this type of driving, what did they change?
They went from the right to the left.
No, they went
from 30 miles an hour to 60
They went the other way, Ron. They went from driving on the left-hand side to the right.
Right-hand side.
Yeah. So, and they were afraid to instill this, but actually during that weekend, the drivers were so careful. There were less accidents that weekend than ever before.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep. Oh, I know.
Yeah, Trent Turner, switch sides. There you go. We got a lot of people jumping on, Frank. I'm telling you, your question for the audience. A lot of people are hot and heavy. Look, I mean,
I know.
We got a group of people ready to land these answers. That's going to be a tough. Make it tough. Make it tough.
Hey, listen.
A lot of people with their hands on the button.
I know. I'm going to give you one more for everybody here. So,
all right, get the practice going.
I'm gonna do this. So, in 1995, this professional baseball player surpasses a record which stood for more than 56 years. This professional baseball player
What year?
passes in 1995, surpasses a record which had stood for more than 56 years.
Oh, he was a shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles.
Ronnie's on Cal Ripken Jr. He actually played 31 consecutive games without missing a game. And that goes to commitment right there.
Oh, sure.
Played hurt.
He was the real Iron Man of this era.
That's right.
I mean, Lou Gehrig was amazing back then when they had travel on trains and buses, and really medicine wasn't great. But what Cal did was amazing.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right. So this is
for the audience. This is
This
is for all the marbles, as I like to say.
All the chooches.
Okay, folks, get ready. Here we go. Like the ancient Egyptians and Israelites, the sprig of this tree primarily symbolizes the immortality of the soul when it is presented to a master mason, folks. What is it called?
And I don't have the sound effects here, do I? Nope. Nope.
This tree is wrong. Nope. Oh, wait. We have Danny. Ronnie, what
are you doing?
What's Ronnie doing? He's killing me. He's playing.
Right.
Okay, the first correct answer is not Cedar.
Nope.
The first correct answer is by Danny Cook, and it is the.
No, you're wrong. It's
no,
Larry.
that is correct.
Larry Frank had the right answer, guys. Go
Where?
up a little bit.
Oh, Larry Frank.
Yes,
Larry Frank. Larry, sorry there, Danny. I know I it's hard doing back and forth here. So it looks like it's Larry Frank who won that. And
Who's brother?
There it is.
So Larry, please send us PM us on our page your address, and we'll get that over to them, and they can send you the 5-pack. Congratulations, Larry, and thank you very much for participating, all of you. Yeah, a lot of the brothers wrote the right answers, so I know who they are.
Where's Bruce? Where's Bruce?
Bruce is not a brother yet. Bruce, you got to ask the question. The Elks are not part of the Masons, but the Elks are a nice organization. It's all good. It's all good. Well, guys, we want to thank you both so much for participating and for being our sponsors. And we absolutely love what you're doing. We look so forward to your journey and to see so much more. And we want to promote you again and let the people know in 2023 everything that you guys are doing and the growth that you're doing. And I hope so many people tonight have listened and have taken in what you guys, your passion, and you give back to the world. And you certainly are giving back. It's been a fantastic evening for me. I think Frank and Bob.
Truly an honor and a pleasure to have you both.
Yes.
And just learning your journey. It's inspirational on many levels, and I hope that's how folks the takeaway is. And just being able to do the smallest things, even like you said, helping somebody into their vehicle, your neighbor. As simple as that, the world would be a better place.
Absolutely. We thank you for having us on the show. It was a great pleasure and really beautiful, very humbling from all the remarks and all the people saying beautiful stuff in there. We were very humbled by that. And we promise you to continue to bring beautiful cigars to the market and do more charity as we can. Keep walking. Yep.
And let us know when you're down in Florida.
Let us know when you're down in Florida for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because a traveling man.
I hear January and February are good times to escape up there.
I think March, it sounds even better for sure. For some reason, I just think March, something big is going to happen. And we'll definitely bring people that information. Anyway, again, thank you both. Thank you. I know I'm you guys.
Thank you.
Yep. So thank you for all. And from all of us to all of you listeners, thank you so much for all your support and everything you do for us for the show. I'm glad a lot of you has had a first-time opportunity to check in. We're here every Tuesday night. Saturday, we have a special event with Bob and Frank down in Florida. They'll be doing a special event. We'll get that information out to you, and we'll see you next Tuesday night on here at the Great Lakes Smoke Show, our weekly show. We're going to have Johnny Cognac, the man himself, and Mr. Veritak, who's got his cigar in a bottle.
You mean
everybody?
Vartan. He's not good with pronunciations. He's not good.
And I admit to it. What can I tell you? I'm a New Yorker. All right, guys. If you want to stay for the after party, you're more than welcome. I know.
Cheers, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Many of the cigar brands that we make, they're antique, historic cigar brands. They've been made on and off for about 100 years. When you're smoking Toscano, you're smoking 206 years of history.
The Italians are here.
We're here. We're in the house. For some reason, we're finding a lot of Italians on this show.
Listen, I'm a Jersey guy.
Hey,
so,
we won't hold that against you. We invented this to make. We want to give people the opportunity to smoke the cigar at the optimal level.
The Chooch cigar.
Can you believe it?
The Blanco 9 Chooch.
¿Cómo va? ¿Está bien?
¿Qué dice?
¿Cómo está?
Finally, I can answer the question. Anything new?
Yeah.
And we have some cool new stuff from Olivan.
This is a passion for me. It's not a job.
Your love and passion for this is,
I love it.
unbelievable.
That's why we can make pipes out of this variety of corn.
11 years ago, I went back. I bought the rights to everything La Polina.
Sure, it's family.
And restarted the brand again as a tribute to my grandfather.
It's nice because you get to see a lot of your friends. You got to remember, I've been doing this for 30 years, so a lot of these people are like family.
Build a platform where we could celebrate boutique cigars.
Leave Starlight House blend for one store in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Join forces of pipe tobacco and
superheroes.
I always look forward to the Super Bowl events, and I always looked at the trade show as just one of those things.
We're not just selling cigars. We try to live our lives, and we use this as a means to share our stories and to really create community.
Hold on, man. Wow. Now you got me.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining.